The old oak table in the hallway had survived 3 moves, 2 dogs, and a generation of spills. But it didn't survive the crash of the blue ceramic vase. Arthur froze in the kitchen doorway, a dish rag in his hand. In the hallway stood 7-year-old Maya. The vase, a gift from her grandmother, lay in 1,000 jagged shards around her sneakers. Her hands were trembling, hovering over her mouth. Her eyes were squeezed shut, bracing for the impact. She was waiting for the shouting. She was waiting for the storm. Arthur took a breath. He looked at the shattered ceramic, then he looked at his daughter's shaking shoulders. In that split second, Arthur had a choice. He could teach her about the value of objects. He could teach her about the value of herself. He set the dish rag down. He walked over the shards, ignoring the crunch under his boots, and knelt until he was eye level with her. Maya, he said softly. She flinched, opening one eye. I'm sorry. I was running. I know I shouldn't run. I'm sorry. Arthur didn't look at the floor. He looked at her. Are you cut? She shook her head, tears finally spilling over. Come here, he whispered. He pulled her into a hug, wrapping his arms around her tightly. He held her until the shaking stopped. It's just a vase, Maya. It's just clay. You are the only thing in this hallway that matters. He swept the pieces up. They never spoke of the vase again. 10 years later, the high school gymnasium was suffocatingly hot, smelling of floor wax and teenage anxiety. It was the aftermath of the regional debate championship. Arthur stood in the back, waiting for Maya. She was 17 now, tall and sharp-witted. She had just won her round, but as she walked toward the exit, she didn't look like a winner. She stopped near the bleachers. Arthur paused, watching. Sitting on the bottom bench was a boy Arthur didn't know, a sophomore perhaps. He was leaning forward, head in his hands, his tie loosened. He had clearly lost his match, and badly. He looked devastated, isolated in the crowd of bustling students. Maya stopped in front of him. The boy looked up defensive, expecting a gloat or a dismissal. He began to stammer an excuse about his notes getting mixed up. He was bracing for the impact. He was waiting for the storm. Arthur watched his daughter. She didn't look at the scoreboard. She didn't check her phone. She sat down on the dirty bleacher next to the boy. She didn't offer a platitude like you'll get them next time. Instead, she shifted her body so she was shielding him slightly from the passing crowd, creating a quiet space in the noise. Arthur couldn't hear what she said, but he saw the body language. He saw her listen. He saw her hand rest gently on the boy's shoulder, not a heavy hand of control, but a steady anchor of presence. The boy's shoulders dropped. The tension drained out of his spine. He took a deep breath, looked at Maya, and managed a weak, grateful smile. He looked, for the first time that hour, safe. Arthur felt a sudden tightness in his throat. He realized then that the love he had poured into Maya all those years ago, the patience over broken vases, the late-night talks, the forgiveness of mistakes, had not disappeared. It hadn't evaporated. It was stored. It had become a reservoir within her. Because she had been loved, she had a surplus of security to give away. She wasn't empty. She was full enough to pour into someone else. The fruit of love wasn't that his child was successful, or smart, or polite. The fruit was that she was kind when no one was watching. Maya stood up, patted the boy's shoulder one last time, and turned toward the exit. She saw Arthur waiting and smiled, a bright, easy thing. Ready to go, Dad? She asked. Yeah, Arthur smiled back, opening the door for her. I'm ready. In John 13, verses 34 to 35 says, A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another.